have with me the BJP State President Annamalai. Thank you for joining us, sir. So we're seeing that a huge controversy has erupted with the governor of Tamil Nadu. We've seen a huge black flag protest that has happened in Tamil Nadu, and slogans were raised saying "Go back, governor, go back, Ravi," and also flags were thrown at the convoy of the governor. This kind of a situation, how do you see it, sir?
This is unprecedented complete breakdown of law and order machinery in Tamil Nadu. There were signs of that in the last 10 months with the highest instances of gang rape. Tamil Nadu in the 10 months have seen law and order which Tamil Nadu hasn't seen in the last 70 years, that kind of things. Because whenever DMK comes to power, it's a known fact that they take control of the police department by their local functionary, and they don't allow police to function independently. So what happened in Mailadurai, at one end we can say it's a complete failure of the police machinery. At the other end, I would say it's politically orchestrated. Over the last 3 days, DMK giving a statement they will oppose the governor. Then DMK tactically bringing their alliance leaders to the front to oppose governor. Then DMK mobilizing the crowd in Mailadurai. Then DMK taking a backseat because they don't want DMK flags to come in the TV and the television camera. And DMK is also an expert in this because when Madam Indira Gandhi visited Tamil Nadu after the emergency, that is the first instance in Indian history where a former Prime Minister was assaulted in Madurai. Stones were thrown at the former Prime Minister's car, and there was an issue. There was a stone which hit her, and the blood was also oozing out. Then a black flag and all kinds of vulgar slogans were shouted at Madam Indira Gandhi. Though ideologically I oppose Madam Indira Gandhi per se, but even now it's very shameful. The Congress party, which traces its roots to Indira Gandhi, is keeping its mouth shut when the DMK itself attacked Indira Gandhi then. Now Tamil Nadu, we are seeing a second instant of a governor, a people-friendly governor, a governor who is doing everything right for our state. His convoy was attacked. Flagpoles were thrown at him. Stones were thrown at the convoy. I can show you videos where they have thrown stones at the convoy. And the police have tactically given the permission to the black flag protesters right next to the convoy. I don't understand as a former cop also, because some political party including DMK must have pressured to give you that. Complete breakdown. And I think I've also put out a tweet in the social media and the morning statement also. If the Chief Minister thinks his ideology is more important than governing the state, he should resign. Or if the Chief Minister can tell himself ideology is separate, the Chief Minister post is separate, the Chief Minister post is for all the 8.5 crore population, let him apologize to the governor and keep doing his work. But if he thinks for me ideology is more important, that will cloud all my decision making, he should better resign. That is what I said in the morning also.
So the protest was in the name of the anti-need bill, stating that the anti-need bill is not being processed, is not being sent to the president, a time frame is not being set. How do you see that, sir? Do you think that a time frame should be set?
The governor is well within his rights. The constitution has given him enough powers, and the governor is fully a person. He's not a postman. He's not some chaprasi. To take you give me a letter, I'm giving you. He's not a petty bureaucrat. He's a governor of a state. He has to apply his independent mind, and he has to reasonably convince himself that this bill is for the betterment of the state. Then he has to send it. Simply because you have an assembly, simply because you want to make it an emotional issue, simply because you don't have alliance partners. You have all people in the alliance contested in the DMK symbol only. So technically they are not parties of different ideology. They are all DMK parties only. Simply because you have them in the assembly, you pass a bill. You cannot call that as a will of the power of the Tamil Nadu. No. Tamil Nadu people, they want NEET now. I can show you n number of representation in my office, thousands of representation where people want NEET. Because they believe NEET in the last 3 years has made it everybody an access friendly, a backward access friendly, a poor person access friendly. NEET is opening up opportunities. Now governor has to look at that. We have very eminent educationists meeting governor, giving representation. NEET should not be scrapped. On top of that, we have an A.K. Rajan committee report which is absolutely faulty with its conclusion, with the numbers and data. And governor has asked questions on it also. Now I am telling the state government repeatedly over the last 6 months, please release the note governor has sent to the speaker. Why he thinks the NEET bill, the what is passed in the assembly, is not according to the provisions of constitution and law. He has sent a note. Why are you not releasing the note? For all the bills which the DMK claims it is stuck with the governor has sent a note back to the speaker with his doubts, with clarifications. Why are they not releasing the white paper on it? If the white paper gets released, the people of Tamil Nadu will know, yes, the governor is fully within his rights to ask for clarification. Or in some cases, to bring to the government's attention that bill is against the UGC, the bill is against this constitutional provision. Now they are not releasing it. So I don't think that this meeting, which was orchestrated by the DMK themselves to attack the governor, I don't think this is connected to need remotely also. This is connected to the simple fact you want to show fear to the governor of the state. You want to take control of the governor's office so that you can do all your illegal activities in Tamil Nadu. This is a simple fact. So anybody, a right man, would not believe this has got anything to do with NEET.
So the leader of opposition, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, has also said that if the governor of the state does not have security, how about the common man? He's even asked Chief Minister M.K. Stalin about how his portfolio, which is the police department, is doing its duty and has demanded a proper action against those who were there in the protest. How do you see this?
In this case, instead of taking action on the police officials, in this case the police officials' hands are tied. It's a very clear instruction. When I have been repeatedly saying over the last 3 days in press meetings and press conferences that in Mayiladuthurai, DMK and alliance parties have called for a protest, the CM is keeping its mouth shut. Why are you not speaking? I have been speaking for the last 3 days. When CM is just keeping his mouth shut and sitting, allowing this to happen, I think the CM is directly to be blamed. The CM is directly to be held responsible for failure in his duty of maintaining law and order, which is his first Raj Dharma. The first Raj Dharma of a CM or a PM is to protect your own people. He has failed in his Raj Dharma. Now the second issue, the larger issue of the law and order complete breakdown in Tamil Nadu, yes, the last 10 months Tamil Nadu has shown we are one of the worst states in terms of law and order maintenance. Because Tamil Nadu has never seen a woman getting gang raped. Every month you are seeing a Nirbhaya kind of incident here. Because all rowdies are roaming. Moment people fight with somebody in Chennai, the next minute he takes a weapon and shows. Do you know who I am? I've got a DMK connection. Now this is something which the leader of opposition, Edappadi Palaniswamy Avargal, has brought it, which I completely concur with his viewpoint. Because you are holding the home department with you, the intelligence department with you, but till you are not able to gain intelligence, do it. It's a complete failure. But in this case, I am going one level up and putting the blame squarely on the Chief Minister.
And finally, sir, we saw that Ilayaraja, the maestro, has made a remark about Prime Minister Narendra Modi and comparing him to Ambedkar, and that has not really gone down with many people. And though the DMK has said that they are not going to react on it, and the Chief Minister has said that no remarks against the maestro should be taken, we're still seeing that social media is abuzz with a lot of criticism against the maestro. How do you see this, sir?
Madam, I am doing politics in Tamil Nadu. I have spent enough time here to understand the DMK's modus operandi. DMK is a classic example of pinching the baby and rocking the cradle. It's a time-tested mechanism they follow. Outwardly, they put a show. Don't speak about Ilayaraja ji, don't speak about Maestro Ilayaraja ji. And inwardly, they do all kinds of things. That is manifested. All second-ring leaders are speaking. All your second-ring leaders directly affiliated to your IT wing are speaking. And you have trended some nonsensical hashtag against Ilayaraja ji 3 months back across India. Then what moral authority has got the Chief Minister and his son to talk about they know not to attack Ilayaraja? Now DMK, the problem is they want people to praise them from morning till night. They want them to compare them to the American president. They want them to be compared to the to person living in Mars. Because they live in an utopian world. Moment a person like Ilayaraja, who is a self-made man, because DMK doesn't understand, nobody in DMK is a self-made man. Nobody in DMK. A self-made man only can understand Modi ji and Ambedkar. Ilayaraja, from the community to which he belonged, the backwardness of the community, from there shaping up all along and making this number of songs. And he's like a samudra, he's like an ocean. His music has gone to across the world. Now, this only self-made people can understand what Ilayaraja ji is talking, comparing the great Ambedkar to the great Prime Minister of our country, Narendra Modi ji. Now, people who have come to their position because of their father's initial, they will never understand what Ilayaraja ji is speaking. What will DMK people? What will DMK people understand? They all have come with their father's initial. Is any self-made man available in DMK today? Can you show me one person there who will understand what kind of condition Ilayaraja ji must have faced to come to this level? What kind of condition Modi ji as a tea seller's boy must have faced to come to Delhi? What kind of condition a person like Ambedkar ji, born in the lowliest of lowliest caste, to come to this? Because to understand, you got to live that life. Then you connect. Here it is all somebody has built a party for you and straight away you come and you are a cinema actor and then you take over the party. And what will you understand? What will for that matter, any minister in DMK understand? Half the ministers are sycophants. Half the ministers are propagating the dynastic politics. Sorry, I'm using a very strong word. But I understand, for Ilayaraja ji to understand what he spoke, you got to be a common man to understand what Ilayaraja ji spoke. If you are a person not about life, whom the family has given you something based on which you have built a career, you will never understand in your life what Ilayaraja ji has spoken.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for joining. That was BJP President Annamalai with camera person Daniel Zakshanath for India Today.